Of all the 5 stressors, it isn't surprising that spiritual stress is the least understood and the most ignored. As I see it, spiritual stress is not about whether you believe in God. It's not about whether you follow any particular organized religion. And it's not even about whether you pray every day or not. Like some of the other stressors that we have seen, spiritual stress also arises from 3 different sources. The first is if you are leading an inauthentic life. An inauthentic life means that you are living a life that is not in integrity with your values. It may be a life that is determined by social conventions or external expectations. Or it may be a life where materialism has lost its allure, but nothing meaningful has taken its place. The second source of spiritual stress is if you can't answer these fundamental and existential questions about yourself. Questions like, does anything matter? What is my life purpose? And perhaps the most important one of all, who am I really? What I find interesting is that these questions reflect both a midlife crisis as well as a millennial crisis. That may be even scarier. And the third source of spiritual stress is if you are disconnected from your deeper or your higher self. What does that mean? It means that you are locked into and driven by the small ego's compulsive needs. It may mean that the traditional notions of God and the rituals of organized religion now feel outdated and shallow. And perhaps what it means is that you don't know how to access or align with the wisdom of your deeper self, higher self. When it comes to spiritual stress busters, once again, there are many gateways to the deeper self. For example, you could discover your higher purpose and immerse yourself in it. As they say, lose yourself to find yourself. Or you can follow a personal practice consistently. The presence practice is a good example of this. And by the way, there's plenty of research now to show that such benefits come from such practices both personally and professionally. You can also cultivate the attitude of what we call WCG: wonder, compassion, and gratitude towards yourself, towards other people, and to everything around you. And finally, you can find a spiritual guide or guru to show you the way. Someone whose philosophy and approach resonates with you and you can connect with, and whose followers can become co-travelers on the same path. I want you to remember that it all starts with self-awareness. As they say, deeper self-awareness leads to awareness of the deeper self. And as always, presence is the master key. Think of presence as your A, B, and C. A is for anchor. Presence centers and grounds you. B is for bridge. Presence connects your ego self to the deeper self. And C is for channel. Presence provides you instant access to your inner resources so that you can bring your unique gifts to the world.